Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest land, and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. I think my heart grew 3 sizes. And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original film, All Together Now. An optimistic high schooler with musical aspirations must learn to accept help from her friends to overcome her personal hardships and fulfill her dreams. This film was directed by Brett Haley, who directed All the Bright Places, The Hero, fantastic character pieces, fantastic films in their own right, very strong in the genre of life, storytelling. You take a piece of something that happens to a character and you see how that affects them. That is pretty much what you get here. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this film. There are definitely tropes in this film that some of these films tend to take. There are like montages, you know when the montage is going to hit, but for the most part I felt like the acting, the directing, the storytelling was really fresh, really believable. I love the protagonist. I think she's fantastic in this. So it's very hard to pronounce her name. Auli'i Cravalho.
Auli'i Carvalho.
I'm not pronouncing that right, but it's a very tricky name.
Auli'i Cravalho.
Suffice to say, I really like her work. She was fantastic in Moana, Ralph Breaks the Internet. She plays Amber Templeton. I really liked her portrayal of this character that's had basically a really hard hand dealt to her. She goes through a lot of stuff, and right at the beginning you see what she has to do to survive. I kept counting like jobs that she has, and every time I thought that, you know, we'd gotten over what she does to keep herself afloat, not just jobs where she stays, how she eats, who she involves with, what she does at her school. She is the driving force to helping people all around her life, and yet she finds it very difficult to allow other people to help her, because that's what she's been taught. Her and her mom have gone through life not wanting to show people how much they are struggling, even though they sleep on a bus, even though their past is really dark and jagged, even though her father is gone. And you know, they tell you through that. What I really liked about the storytelling with this with Amber the character is that there's not too much exposition in a dialogue. There is some, but there's this weird balancing between showing and telling. So rather than doing all exposition through monologuing, which is the worst and you shouldn't do in filmmaking, or just showing completely and making it very arty, there is a balance between the two, and I felt really comfortable with that. I thought the storytelling within the visual perspective is very good, and then the storytelling through the dialogue was excellent. And so you get Amber, this character, or this actor, that is very understated in her emotional state for most of the film, except where it needs to be emotional. So there's not this girl that's crying all the time. She's a very hard young girl. She's learned how to be hard, and so I could relate to the stuff that she was going on, because I felt like it, her emotional state felt real, because you would protect yourself in that state. And then you see her character, I guess her character starts to develop cracks in her covering, in her shield, as she starts to allow people to come into her lives, but ever so slightly, because like I said, she has ground into herself that she will not be helped. And that comes to a crux towards the end when she really does need help. And this film packs more emotional punches than I was expecting it to, in places that I wasn't expecting to, which was really great. It's such a great character journey. Your heart will grow 3 sizes in this film. I think you should be emotionally impacted by this, because it's not fake. It feels real. It feels like a really great journey, although some of it is really sad, but there's a really kind of nice fruition ending. There's kind of this without doing spoilers, you would see in the trailer this kind of variety concert. I'm not going to tell you why, and the way it comes to fruition, where you see things that you weren't quite expecting again, I think really does this film a favor. So there's a clear beginning, middle, and end. Sometimes films really struggle to actually put that to play. The beginning, you really get that character depth and that journey. You understand the plight of these characters. In the middle, you have that just, whoa, this character's got a lot on her plate. How is she going to get out of this? And then the fruition, It just feels like a really good full circle, really well thought out, put together story that has a lot of heart, much more than I was expecting it to. If you've seen All the Bright Places or The Hero, you'll understand the direction the director takes in his films, where he loves just to concentrate on character journeys, on moments, like a slice of life, although it's not quite, because you don't get to watch everything. But there is this real kind of grand journey, even though it's very personal. And I love all the actors in there. It's not just the protagonist. I think everybody does a really great job. It's quite funny in places, but heartfelt. There are actors in here which don't have a lot of screen time, but they too are fantastic. Definitely one to put on your list. I'm going to give this a solid A minus. Do chat to me in the comments below. Which from this director have you seen and you like the best? I think All the Bright Places is excellent, but this might take the top spot for me, although The Hero is also fantastic. And there's others he's done that I think are really great as well. Do check out his list. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I'll be interested to know what you thought about this. I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it was. I don't know why. It was just on my list. I was like, oh, I'll check that out. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, much better than I expected. So thanks so much for watching this review. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.